There we
Okay.
go.
Oh, I'll get
Oh,
out of your way.
it's okay. It's all good. It doesn't matter. We're just the purpose of this quick little get together here is to talk about the JCB cruise that we're about to launch. So we're about to launch the 2027 JCB cruise to Burgundy. And it is on the Amacello, and it's really unique. And the reason that I thought we need to talk it out, and that's why I'm recording it, is because um, it's a little expensive, but for a reason. And so, you know how sometimes we need that cruise speak. We need to be able to have the language to be able to say why it's a little bit more expensive or why it's unique. And so, if you can imagine that for this particular cruise, and why don't I go ahead and just share my screen? Um, I'm going to share my screen that has the booking instructions on it.
They weren't downloaded last night. Are they downloaded now?
They are not because there's a little bit of tweaking that we're still going to do to it. But can you all now see the
Yes.
booking instructions? Okay.
I can
Yeah.
see them
Um,
kind of. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Got it.
yeah, and let me see if I can make them bigger. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is on the Amacello in May of 2027, which of course May is peak season. As a matter of fact, the new leadership, when they saw that we had full ships in May, they're like, just know that that's never going to happen again, because that is the prime season to be there, right? And it's going from Dijon, which we now know better as Saint Jean de Los or de Lone, as some were telling me that it's pronounced. And by the way, who's the 425 area code?
It's in.
Oh, that's Lenny. Okay, that's good. And then somebody else just signed in. Who's a 515?
Kathy.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I know who I have here. Um, okay, so what we are doing is we are making this all inclusive. So under the selling points, there's a couple things that are going to happen. They're going to be promoting this um, through the JCB Boisset collection. There's technically going to be three wineries promoting it. So Deloach, Buena Vista, and Raymond. Um, so once again, we're going to have to do that thing where we identify where the calls come from and all that kind of stuff. But here's the biggie. We have included in the pricing the gratuities and the full beverage package. So this is making this an all-inclusive. So naturally, the pricing is going to be higher. In addition to that, and that's part of what's so cool about this, is that Tom, having worked for the Boisset collection, he and JC are working together, and the shore excursions are going to be customized, and several of them are going to go to JCB properties in the region. So rather than call this a traditional Burgundy cruise, we're saying experience Burgundy with Jean Charles.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up in this area. This is where his family home is. This is where his family has all their properties. And so he wants to take people on a more personal journey of Burgundy through this cruise. So it's more than just a traditional wine cruise. It very specifically is a unique experience to spend more personal time, a more personal experience with Jean Charles. Um, and so when we do all of those things, it naturally it's going to make it a little bit more expensive, right? Um, so when you overall look at it, it's about $900 higher than their brochure rate. But again, full beverage package, gratuities included, customized shore excursions. He's going to be bringing on lots of his own wines. In addition to the wine dinners and in addition to the tastings, they're going to be serving their bubbles. They're going to be serving their wines at the after hours, kind of rather than use Ama's wines. So it's really an over-the-top experience. Now, the only ship that can fit in this region is the Amacello. So we looked at everything. We looked at every other ship out there. None of them can go and do all of these ports confidently because what we found was there's one or two who kind of go up there, but they can't stay. They can't actually do the full itinerary because 9 times out of 10, they end up canceling half of it. So we couldn't have that. So we had to use Amacello. Amacello, however, is going through a full refurbishment before this cruise. So in 26, Amacello is going to be redone. She's going to have new colors. I've asked, please let them not be orange.
Oh, no more.
What am I gonna do with that though? It's the ship without the orange. I said that I'm sure they're gonna sneak some orange in somewhere. There's gonna be something, maybe on the pillows or something. But that's a big deal. Um, what's gonna be really strange about this is that you know how normally you can count on the NCCFs. Let me get down here, way down here. It's a little complicated. Um, normally you can count on that if the NCCFs are in this case 1493. Normally in our heads, we collect that money in-house, right? That's kind of how that always works.
Right.
One's going to be different. So that's again why I'm pointing it out.
It'll be like, okay.
Because of that 1493, that includes the payment for the gratuities in the beverage package.
Mhm.
And so that portion will just automatically with final payment go to AMA. So when you see the fact that the 1099 that we're going to keep, it doesn't show that here. It will show that with the 2 deposits. So there will be a first deposit, second deposit. So the first deposit to here will be 200. The second deposit will be 899.
Got it.
That is why we are collecting those amounts in-house. So I wanted to already kind of trigger why is it different? And those other portions, the rest of the 1493 will go just automatically with final payment to AMA. Okay. The key here is I don't want this to be itemized out or put in separate line items or anything else like that. We're going to include the beverage package. We're going to include the gratuities to crew staff. Now, internally, we are going to know that we got a special pricing on the beverage package, but to the consumer, AMA's going to start in 2027 selling this for $249. So basically, if you think of the add-on, right? If you know that 250 is the beverage package and the gratuities for 2027 are going up to 240 bucks. So basically $500 of this add-on is just gratuities and beverage package,
Got it.
right? So when you think about it, when you think of all the extra specialized excursions, when you think about the fact that JC is going to be on making this a personal cruise and bringing all this wine and personalized experience, that's what's going to make this really a unique sailing. So I just wanted to make sure we talk it through so that we don't just go into the mode of, oh, this is another Burgundy cruise. It's the same as what we sold before. Um, and we have to be very aware. There will most likely be a pre-cruise. I don't have a clue of what it is or how many days, but then again, it's 27. So we're far enough out that we still have room to play. Just because of the fact that the ship starts in Dijon, right? So there will be an opportunity for us to do a pre-cruise. For everyone who remembers doing the cruises in and out of I'm going to put air quotes here as I say Dijon. It's not. It's Saint Jean de Lone, which is about 45 minutes away from Dijon. And they're coming up with some new transfer packages. They're coming up with a new one-night Lyon that includes the transfer. So we're working with Alma Waterways on lots of new things that they're doing. But basically just a reminder to say this is not Dijon. And when we speak to these guests, I'm really, really, really going to hope that we're having great conversations with them in the beginning because there's lots of things that they need to know that this is different enough that they're going to need you more. We know that the JCB people can be a
Mm.
little snooty. So let's elevate our game and meet them. right? Let's elevate our thoughts. Let's put some things. We're going to look at some hotels. We're going to look at some conversations to make sure AMA is about to go into a partnership with Blacklane. Um, and as a result, there's going to be some new opportunities to do private cars, transfers with Blacklane through AMA. Um, and it's primarily going to be a post cruise thing. But again, all of this is just starting. There's lots of changes coming. So wanted to talk it through. Hopefully this is short and we'll keep it just to that. I will trim up some of the little things on the booking instructions and post them today. The flyer got tweaked last night, so I should have a final version today. And again, because they missed, this was supposed to have been ready a month ago, but AMA couldn't get us the answers in time. So JCB is eager to get it out. They missed the wine shipments for the fall, so they're going to start emails right away, and I don't know when. They've been notorious for sending out emails randomly without telling us. So what I didn't want to have happen is I didn't want suddenly for them, I don't know, over the weekend or something, to
Right.
send out an email and nobody had a clue what we were talking about.
Got it.
So, questions? Nope.
How does it, can you hear me?
Yes.
How on the this is just an arithmetic question. So the NCFFC, I know it's more, but on Alma's guest confirmation, when we say we're going to pay Alma, is that included in the payment? Will we
It
see that as a separate item on there? So
It'll match in the end. So right now, Irene, as you know, they're having some issues with their booking engine for 27 still, especially with groups. And so Irene is going to have to manually add this. So when you first book it, the numbers are going to be slightly off. So you're going to be able to rely solely on the booking instructions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to on a regular basis. So she said, like on a weekly basis, she would go in and adjust any bookings that had been made that week, so that she doesn't have to fiddle with it every day.
I see.
Um,
Okay.
So we
but
don't have
by
to email her each time we book one.
I mean, we should, but
Okay.
just because I think I know all of us and I know how particular we like to be, which I love, because many of you got love emails from me last night regarding another cruise. Um, and and so I think it's important that we get our numbers straight early on. But don't worry if it's not right at time of booking. I don't want it to stop you. I want you to just be able to flow and quote and go.
So basically what I'm asking too is when we do all the calculating, we know we do our CTOs and everything and that price is going to match the price on the website. Internally, we're going to jiggle it here and there, but the price that we send out on the CTO is going to be the price that's on the
JK,
website.
move up
It's on the
on
fly.
the booking instructions. So down to where the pricing is. So right there.
Yeah,
So whatever this price is over here.
So we're going to be selling the yellow price, right?
Right.
So that's the price before December 31st. And
okay.
they're telling me right now that they're going to hold us to this December 31st, which I think is ridiculous because it's a whole year in advance. But Ama's being Ama. So we'll have the yellow price, but what we've done is I've intentionally this time given you more of a breakdown so that um when you do look at the overall booking instructions, that you'll have an idea of where the pricing is coming from.
Okay.
But again, I don't want it broken out. It needs to look very inclusive. When you look at the how to put it on the CTO part, you're going to notice that it's very simple. It's going to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah.
price, the early booking discount, the NCCF is where everything's going to be bundled in, and then the taxes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. I see it. Okay. I understand.
Awesome.
Ten
So
four.
hang on while I quickly stop the recording. So bear with me. Stop share and stop recording. There we